Hey, thank you so much for coming to my studio again today. Today is Sunday. This is part 3 of the airbrush portrait, and I'm pretty excited. Now we're getting to the point where we're starting to get into the finesse. So we're going to be, we just finished before the episode 2, cutting the Frisket to go over the whole painting. Now we're going to go ahead and cut out the background, and we're going to add the background today. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take care of this. But one thing, if you are getting something from these videos, please do me a favor and like and subscribe. I really appreciate that. If you do subscribe, if you have any questions, always feel free to let me know. Drop me a line, comment. I'll be able to answer that right away. And you subscribing to my channel is you letting me know that I'm doing a good job and you want to see more. So let's go ahead and get into the demonstration. Since we already have the Frisket film on the painting, now it's time to cut out the background. So we're just basically carefully going over the contour, and once we're done here, we'll be able to remove the Frisket off the background so we can easily paint on it. This is a very important technique. It keeps everything clean, and you'll see once this is off, we'll start with the actual painting. So here you can see the different types of paints that I mixed, the light, the medium, and dark, and the Eclipse airbrush that I use as well. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and apply that lightest green. We are still going to leave some of the white gesso background exposed because we want to get some really nice lights. So as you can see, I'm being very loose. I'm not worried about tight textures or anything like that. This is a very blurred background, but it definitely will be effective. And just continue, maybe with 2 coats of this color. You just want to make sure you are getting good coverage with this opaque light color. Now you'll see I'm coming in with the mid-tone, and here I'll start getting some of those abstract shapes in the background, and pretty much this mid-tone is going to be the more defining of the 3 tones that I'm applying.
Has never been this hard. I got wasted when I tasted the sweetness of your lips. We're not ready, we're unsteady. I'm stuck inside your grip. I'm going down, down, down like a waterfall. You're keeping the smiles apart. You got me down, down, down like a waterfall. You know just how to restrain a heart.
Now you'll see I'm beginning with the 3rd and darkest tone. This is going to create the contrast, and it's also going to be more defining the shapes and sort of pulling out the lights and the mid-tone from each other. Like I said before, we're just keeping this very abstract.
I'd rather just lock myself indoors. I'm righteous, this virus, no dark or pale can cure. This pattern won't turn it. You got me back.
You want to keep the airbrush maybe about 4 or 5 inches from the surface, and you don't want to overdo it. You want to make sure that you don't spray in the same area continually, because that could cause the paint to get, the surface to get too wet with paint. As you can see, I'm getting a little more defined with that darker color, that darkest green. And the background is starting to have that abstract, blurry bokeh feeling, which I like. And once we remove this Frisket, it's really going to be beautiful. Trust me. You'll see here I start to employ some freehand shields to get some sharpness in the background. Not too much, but just a little contrast. As always, staying 4 to 5 inches away from the surface, that helps a lot. In this area, the paint was still wet when I went ahead and painted with the freehand shield, and what happened was it got a little too wet, and that's in the lower left hand corner. But no worries, I'm not going to do anything with that yet. I'm going to let that dry, and I'm going to fix that in the next stage. In the airbrush, there's nothing you can't fix. I hope you enjoyed today's third part of the portrait in airbrush. We did a lot of really cool things today and shown you how to use the Frisket to create interesting backgrounds. So I'm very excited to go into part 4, and then we're starting to get into some of the real finesse of the airbrush. And also we're going to start utilizing regular paintbrushes and fluid acrylics, also heavy-bodied acrylics. Airbrush, there's no right or wrong way, so you can go ahead and add a paintbrush or a marker or whatever, and we'll go over that. So once again, please hit the like and subscribe button. All the supplies that I use are in a description field below, so if you go ahead and click on it, it's an affiliate link, and I get a very teeny tiny commission. If you're going to buy it anyway, it'll be cool if you purchase it from there. So this is also with the SSSVEDA. I did miss a few days, so for me, I believe this is going to be day 10, so I'm going to catch up. So I hope you have a great rest of the week, and I will see you tomorrow with part 4 of drawing the portrait in pencil. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.